Hello, welcome to another episode of Chaos in London. We lay our scene today again in the interdimensional Horizon Realm bar, that is the Crossroads, where two mages are once again making small talk and propping the bar up. And
I mean, we do it so well.
I think that's it. So how are things going with your new apprentices, Adib?
I am trying to teach them the foundations of what they must do.
Is that the right term, apprentice, or do you have some other term for it?
I suppose apprentice is a decent term, but right now it is simply students. If it is to be a school, that would be the appropriate term. Right now, it's just a couple people near. Right now, it is nothing so grandiose.
Well, I wouldn't talk yourself down. I mean, you set yourself a goal, you've gone out, you've gained the power to do it, and you're getting on with it. That's far more than many people in this life manage.
He's just going to kind of shrug, sip his tea again.
Does your nods at the ring approve?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that, OOC.
Does your nods towards the ring approve?
Yeah. As long as he is paid and given his proper dues, he does not seem to care.
I didn't imagine they'd be so mercenary.
He is a slave, for all intents and purposes, though I prefer to treat.
Interesting. So you say he's a slave, but you also say you pay him. Doesn't that make him not a slave, but an employee?
Okay, I died partway through that. What'd I miss?
Nothing much. Well, what was this saying? Oh, yes. So, but you say he's a slave, but you also say you pay him. I think quite well, don't you?
You misunderstand. He is, though I do not believe that it could have been my power to bind such a potent entity into that ring. Someone did, and I am very sure it was unwilling, from what I understand. However, I treat him better than that. I try to ensure that he is given what he needs and what he desires, except his freedom. I require his talents. I would not free him.
So he's what would be the term? Indentured servant.
I suppose that term works. He does not seem overly displeased at that situation, though I am sure he would prefer his freedom.
Most beings would prefer their freedom, unless they've been kept in chains for too long.
We do what we must.
But then, I suppose if some are held in bondage for long enough, they can, and well treated, they can come to love their master.
That does not sound entirely impossible, but I don't know that it would be ever anything so strong as that. We have a good working relationship at present. That is about as good as I can say.
I suppose he's not talking about who originally bound him.
I have not asked. I would imagine that it would be whoever or whatever brought me here. Unless I came of my own volition, but I do not understand how, so that seems unlikely. Unless I did so and then immediately forgot. But I do know that binding him is well beyond my power or knowledge.
You poke around with their phone trying to look stuff up.
So I guess I'll send some NPCs in.
Oh no, everyone run for the exits!
I wonder which one I should send in today.
Why do I get the feeling they're rated Doom, Doom, Extra Special, Crispy Doom?
Let's see. Not that one.
You know what? I'm going to say. Sorry, I was going to say. Adib is going to put on his. Due to how many times he's had to put it on to spot check new people, even though it is distracting to have 3 sensory boosts up at any given time, he's going to put up his aura sight ring when he's in the crossroads. Yeah.
All right. This is, I'm sending the picture to the main chat. This is the NPCs you guys are getting today.
Hooray.
Oh, that's a new one, I think. I don't think
Not really.
No?
Not a lot of people want to talk to her.
Well,
anyway,
no.
Possibly.
She's pretty. She's comely. She's kind of short.
Oh no, it's Paige. Run.
So she enters the crossroads.
Yes.
Or perception?
Yeah, for it.
I've got it up already. It's on a 6-month duration.
Same.
We're mages.
Rainbows.
Boo. give a deep nod.
Adib seems interested. I mean, she's pretty, so of course that gets some of his attention, but more importantly, rainbows. So far, all but one of the rainbow people he's interacted with have been interesting. And that one was more annoying.
All right. So, what she does, she goes up to the bar, orders a glass of wine.
Just gonna kind of look over at Sophia and just be like, Haven't you been looking for more of their kind?
Have I? I don't think so. I think I had quite enough experience with them. But I suppose it would be good manners to go and say hello. Oh, time for another round of drinks. Can I get you anything?
I mean, I can go with.
Wow. So stay seated. I'll come back to the table.
Shrugs.
You might. Oh, we don't want someone else stealing our table, do we?
Just kind of looks.
Okay, go to the bar, order another red wine for me, whatever Deeb's having. Tea. Oh, I don't think I've had the pleasure.
This woman will look over to you and sip slowly from her wine glass.
I don't think I've seen you here before. Do you come here often?
No, I don't get out very much. I'm a very busy person.
Good busy or bad busy?
Give and take.
I was just with my friend over there. Would you like to join us?
I don't see why not. And basically, she's going to look back to the bartender and in French say, "I'll take the bottle." And she'll drop what looks like wooden chips on the counter. Do you guys have Prime side up?
I do not.
Ooh, good question.
I think you do.
I probably do.
I've got it in a ring, but I don't have that ring on.
Yeah, yes, I think I do.
Though these wooden chips have Prime energy. So that's that. She gets a bottle of wine and she'll gesture for you to walk ahead.
Okay, so I'll go back to the table and have a seat. Here we are. This is my friend Adib.
He'll nod politely.
Bonjour.
Bonjour, mademoiselle.
Parlez-vous français?
Appelle le français. Je m'appelle Sophia.
Je m'appelle Capucine Porte.
Now, fortunately, due to the magic of the crossroads, I can actually understand what you guys are saying.
J'habite à London, à Angleterre. That's about as far as my French goes.
Basically, they said, "Hello, my name is."
Yeah.
Basic greeting stuff.
Yeah, basic conversation. So for sake of ease, continuing in English.
Vous comprenez l'anglais?
Just so we won't have to translate. You asked her what she was doing in London. She says, "Oh, I work and live here."
Okay. Now, what manner of work do you do?
I run a specialized brewing company, and she's gonna just turn the bottle facing you, and it has her name on it, Capucine.
Oh. That's interesting. So
he's going to look it over and just be like, wait a minute, did she introduce herself? Like, I know we introduced her to us, but did we get her name?
Yes, Je m'appelle Capucine Perrault. My name is Capucine Perrault.
Sorry. Capucine?
Yes, Capucine.
Okay. Just kind of looks at the bottle, nods slightly.
It is wine.
okay, what, red or white?
Rosé.
Oh. I see. So you're I've lost the thread there. I do hope the bar is serving it correctly.
As far as I can tell, they are. And my people are doing their jobs. Getting it barreled correctly, from what I can tell.
If I understand anything about the man behind the bar, I am sure he knows its best use.
Yes, he's giving me a few of his opinions.
Expert opinions those are, as many of those in this place. So, you are a brewmaster or mistress?
Master works better. It doesn't sound as sexist.
Kind of shrug slightly.
Mistress is used demeaningly in, well, a lot of places.
In my land, it simply means the mistress of the house, or it would mean someone who is in control of the house, who is female, just as master of the house.
I should go visit your land sometime.
I suppose it all depends on context, but personally, I think I would rather prefer to be called a mistress. Master sounds so brutish and aggressive.
So,
Modern day politics, which Adib has no clue about.
yeah, he's
Sorry.
just like... His exposure to politics right now is government is bad. So that's all he hears on a regular basis where he lives. Oh, I'm still here. I'm just moving around a little bit. Don't mind me.
So is this imported French wine?
Yes.
Ah. Well, I do hope you can still get it in after Brexit.
Well, this is an underground, magically contained bar. I'm pretty sure they can get whatever they want here.
Oh, here. I was more thinking back in London, but is there a door here to France somewhere?
Not that I've noticed.
I suppose that would make shipping quite a lot easier, wouldn't it? If there was, you could avoid all those nasty import taxes. Hmm.
You might want to text it.
What was the wine like in your country, Deeb? Oh, if you remember.
I am back. Sorry.
Nice.
Test.
Yes, I can hear you.
Solon, you there?
Sorry about that.
Solon is back.
Nope.
So did you get caught up in that dreadful mist that befell the city recently?
Yes.
That was
But we still haven't figured out who done the
that was most unfortunate. No, you. Well, I mean, one gentleman did claim to me he did it himself, but I'm not sure how credible that is.
She won't respond to your question
That's a
about
statement.
the credibility.
Yeah. Well, as I said, someone did claim they did it, but I don't know how credible it is that any one person could have done such a thing.
Unintentionally as well, as I recall you stated.
So they said, but
That's what they do on accident.
so
Solon, you just turned into static.
Is that better?
Yes.
Sorry.
What was the last thing you said?
oh yeah,
If that was what they did on accident.
yeah. Why you worried what they might do on purpose if they actually put their
Exactly.
minds to it? That would be truly terrifying. I suppose have you met the fellow? Perhaps his name is Silver. That's Silver Eyes.
Haven't had a chance.
No. He claimed he was the one behind it. I don't know whether that's true or not. I mean, it sounded true. He sounded dear. What was the other fellow's name? Aru. Yeah, he repeatedly claimed at great length to me that it was not an attack. And he said it many times over. But then he's generally untrustworthy. So
See, honestly, I don't see how it's of your concern, considering this happened in the Fey territory and not of the mage folk.
oh, entirely.
I believe the complaints that were being raised by some of the others had something to do with, how did Xavier put it? This is an attack on all the mortals within the city. It is blatant. It is brazen. They have no idea the powers they're messing with. I'm fairly certain he said something along those lines.
I believe that's a reasonable paraphrase of this other person who isn't here. Yes, just to be clear. But I see you clearly know what we are then. Yeah, there was some concern that it did ask the rat. We're concerned that it might attract undue attention from hostile forces to the city.
So tell me, did you go into the mist?
Yes.
No.
Yes, it was most surreal. I remember the large dog and the knight and various strange things happened. But I
said something about flying books, I thought.
I think everyone who was with me got out safely, as far as I was. Although some went back in, I didn't quite understand that. But People are strange. So, can we expect the mist incident to happen again? Is this a regular occurrence around here?
If it is, then next time I will have to take a look.
I mean, at your own risk. We protect the people within our property. However, people seeking this out of curiosity, well, we're not going to be responsible for that.
Right, so that will be your advice, just to stay clear if it happens again.
I mean, unless there is a penalty for entering your territory, I would still probably prefer to see it for my own eyes. I am confident that I would survive the exchange.
Bear in mind, Adib, that many people who did see it with their own eyes then forgot about it.
I might. He kind of raises his hand slightly. Others might not.
I don't know. Someone explained to me it depends how open-minded you are, how flexible your mind is. It turns out that would make Xavier very unflexible and closed-minded.
I have no idea by what standards that is judged. I would have to see for myself.
Capucine will look over you and say, it seems that your mind is flexible.
I'll take that as a compliment.
It is. You're not unpleasant to be around.
Ooh.
Also a compliment. Thank you.
Out of character, she's saying you got banality 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that. But it sounds like a chat-up line. Not unpleasant to be around.
He's going to kind of stroke his magnificent beard slightly. Just kind of lean back in his chair. Thinks for a moment. So, from what little I have seen, I know that we speak in guarded terms, and I am still somewhat bemused by that, but I understand that if everyone ascribes to these rules, then there is some necessity, propriety, and all of those things, which I normally do not care about. But if I understand your meaning correctly, whatever the true story behind the events that occurred to make this mist, it is not something that you, for example, would have chosen to have happen of your own volition.
No.
I see. He seems disappointed. I had hoped that there was someone else in the city with
Well,
the desire to.
There was some deep. Remember what happened to the large building that got eaten recently?
Yes, but that person. I'm not taking orders from some random being. I follow only my own instincts.
What you don't do what a very powerful spirit tells you to do.
No, on the contrary, it does what I tell it to do.
If you let it out, would it agree with you?
It would wait for me to pay it, and then it would agree with me.
Yes, I was slightly puzzled by that because I remember the Count appeared here and pronounced the death sentence on, what was his name, Achaeus? something like that.
Achilles. I
Yeah.
remember that.
Well,
He got caught on live camera.
well, I'm not sure if that was just a different face of the person who did it or quite what happened, but the person who did it has been dealt with, but that wasn't their name. Or at least not the name they were going by when they were tried.
It is not of my concern.
Are you familiar with the Count?
I know of him, yes.
Okay. You know of him. You're not on first name terms.
How we're connected is not relevant.
Whenever anyone says something is not relevant, that means it's entirely relevant. But let's move on. There's no need to pry.
Out of character, you're politicking with a head politic of a changeling.
I'm also just making playful small talk. Yeah.
All of which has my character just going like, "Aw, I hoped I was going to meet another Fae who'd be like, yeah, let's do giant impossible things."
So. Well, Adib, in your culture, do they have old stories about the fair folk?
I don't remember any, but that doesn't mean much. I had never heard of Fae folk or fair folk or anything of that nature until I came here.
Oh.
At least, again, I do not remember if I did. The term sounded unfamiliar.
So, I'm trying to remember. Aren't there some old stories about not accepting drink and food from the fair folk? Especially fairy wine.
That wine looks delicious.
Yes.
She'll kind of crack a playful smile. Go ahead, have a drink.
Thank you. And he will.
She'll pour it for you, and she's gonna enchant you.
Hot damn!
So, that is her human face claim. Her, Boggin. Her Boggin face is more friendly, more warm. She's a little bit shorter. Just as pretty, though.
Aw.
She's got, comfortable leather jacket, blue jeans, and a green shirt.
So essentially, he's able to see the Fae mean overlapping with the mortal mean.
Mm-hmm.
He just kind of looks at the drink, blinks, smiles. Like he just doesn't say anything else for me. He's just drinking that in, like, interesting.
How's the wine?
Oh, I assume it's good. OC.
It is very nice wine.
It tastes very nice. You should have some.
As I said, I'm sure there's some old stories about not accepting sweets from strangers.
I mean, she's introduced herself. She's not truly a stranger.
I mean, I would have to agree with Adib there.
Really, my dear? Are you trying to get me drunk?
Can you really not handle a simple glass of wine?
Oh no, I'm a good Catholic girl. She sips her red wine.
Well. In any case, so not to be overly blunt on the matter, but you said that since my mind is, use the term flexible. Yes, that I take it I'm not going to go completely full as Xavier put it, black out drunk and forget everything later.
You will not forget everything.
Interesting.
I'd say for you about 60%.
Oh, that's right then.
Not bad.
Wow. Who decides which bits he forgets?
You know how there is different realms of reality.
Yes.
You mean like the spirit worlds?
The realm decides.
Interesting. Realms do not usually have a temperament, but I am still new to my craft, so my knowledge is incomplete. Perhaps that is normal in some places.
Out of character, it's incredibly normal that realms have temperaments. Like the Umbra and the Dreaming are massively influenced by the people.
Well, being influenced by it, yeah, but it's different. Like he's thinking you mean like the realm itself is intelligent and doing stuff, which the Umbra doesn't typically do that. The Umbra may be influenced by people in it, but it's not in and of itself like, oh, hey guys, I'm the Umbra. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, whereas Dreamy kind of is conscious, I guess. Or at least
in a vague sense.
At least has tendencies like electricity does. Anyway, I can carry on. Where were we? So I mean, I'm quite sure one or two hotheads aside that nobody wants a particular conflict. We're just keen to make sure that we don't have incidents like the Mists that draw too much attention to the city. There are powerful enemies who would stamp down on that sort of thing.
Oh, you mean the technocracy?
Yeah, as a foremost example, yes.
They would die the instant they step foot into the mists.
Oh, right. If we give you an address, could you call down the Mists for us?
Oh. No, that would be too easy for them.
There's this unfortunate technocrat hideout where they're holding a captive Valkyrie that we're trying to rescue.
It is a complex situation.
I mean, if based on what you've told me, if summoning the mists was accidental the first time, it may not be something they can easily replicate.
Oh, right.
Attempting to do so could cause something worse than the mists.
Yes.
Or the mist. He would not say mists, because he doesn't know that there's a proper nomenclature here.
Just a thought. So, but we were speaking with what was his name? Was it Theodore Steele?
Theodore, yes. I don't remember the last name.
And he was telling us that your people also have difficulties with these sin spirits.
Yes, unfortunately, Desire and Nimby seem to be making themselves at home.
Oh, no, I hadn't heard about those in particular. We ran into Wrath, wasn't it? I think, or Pride.
Pride,
yes. And obviously, we were rather saying to Theodore that we've got our people who are doing the book work on the matter, and he seemed to think that you had your people doing the research work on the matter, and that maybe our smart people should sit down and talk to your smart people and put their heads together.
So long as there's no one such as Xavier in the room.
I would agree to that bit, as long as this very close-minded, it seems. Xavier isn't there.
Also seems to have some predisposition towards violence. Perhaps not entirely unearned, but still rash decision-making and hence diplomatic situations. Probably not the best combination.
Yeah. Well, not so much diplomacy, more if we have a common enemy that we're both researching, it seems to make sense that we share what we can figure out.
Not entirely disagreeable.
So, I mean, is there anything you can tell us now about this desire or envy and what they've been up to?
They like to call themselves Desiree and Ava.
Desiree and Ava.
Well, more like Desiree calls Envy Ava. The Envy sin is unnerving. She seems to be very quiet and reserved, and going along with what Desire wants to do.
Interesting.
But something about her is very unnerving.
I think so. Envy is jealousy of what others have.
I believe so.
Yeah, and desire is. Well, I mean, they sound quite similar concepts. And desire is desire for things you don't have, which may well be things other people have.
Desire can mean many things.
Did I imagine it, or was there talk at some point of an eighth sin?
I do not recall.
I heard something about it somewhere. Too much wine.
One of our people who pulled that research along with the ceiling sigil.
Maybe it was Theodore that said it then. There is. Well, I did look it up. There have been a couple of other sins. The list has changed over time and according to the church. There is a sin which is, in modern terms, probably melancholy, depression. Excessive sadness that incapacitates, dwelling on negative and being without God, in as they would see it.
Hopefully it doesn't get that far.
So, I mean, it has been said once or twice, I'm sure, by one or two wise men, that the great sin of magicians is pride. And sure enough, we encounter the sin of pride. Does that mean the same is also true about your people, that desire and envy are not uncommon?
Each person has their own demons.
Oh, yes.
I'm sure that not every single one of your mages is afflicted by pride.
What do you think, Adib?
I don't have the lengthy history behind our people, but from what everyone else has said, I would not discount the possibility that each and every single mage is afflicted by pride.
I haven't had much of a chance to interact with you guys.
Oh, I'm sure we're all perfectly lovely, friendly people. Well, apart from Xavier. One or two a bit strange, but I'm sure they're all perfectly lovely in their own way. Oh, Anachaeus or Nicodemus or whatever he was called.
Just thinking for a second. When you... For your line of work, do you often have to inspect your own product to see how it is...
Pairing?
Yes.
Occasionally.
Thinks for a few minutes. Kind of looks at his rings for a second. Still been meaning to make one of those. I have not done so yet. Pity. Might have been useful.
Oh, is this the moment where you start showing off your rings, Adib?
No, I'm sure she'll hear about it from someone at some point.
Come on, you can't keep offering a ring to every pretty woman you meet.
I mean, to be fair, the last one gave me something in return. It was a trade.
What, a ring in return?
No, and you were there for it.
Oh. You mean you have meetings without me? I'm shocked.
No, I just said you were there for it. Anyways. Thanks for a minute. I suppose... I can't think of many things that I know of that would be imminently helpful. Especially not against these pride demons, or the sins, that is.
Well, I mean, I assume enchanted weapons would at least destroy their physical form.
Oh, I could definitely make those and enchant them accordingly. However, I think that is the how to put it. Unless there is some way you could give assurances that they would only be used as a matter of defense, and not say, I can imagine. Try to imagine the expression or reaction from Xavier upon finding out that I were to give enchanted weaponry to the Fae. Just think about that for a moment. Without any assurances to the contrary, even with assurances to the contrary, I'm sure there would be much to do.
It's okay. Don't worry. If he finds out, we'll tell him you drank their wine and then you had no choice.
So then he'll go and try to kill our new friend. I would prefer to avoid that.
And we'll say we don't... No, we'll just tell him we don't remember it.
That he might believe. I'm a horrible liar, however.
Well, it might be the 40% of things you do actually forget, so that would be okay.
It's all right, Adib. We can make our own enchanted weaponry.
Indeed.
But I think what's more useful is sharing the information on how to defeat them, not tools to keep them occupied.
Well, perhaps at some point I will know something of this that will be of use, or be able to make something of use. But at the moment, I believe there's little I can do. The amount of energy it seems to require to meddle with these entities is extreme. It took quite a bit of effort. The one time I saw one of them damaged.
Which beings?
These sins.
Oh. Well, Desiree and Envy just like to lounge around.
I would have thought that would be Sloth.
Not the kind of lounge Sloth would do. They
Well,
like to be showered with things.
Have either of you ever seen them in here?
Say what?
Well, isn't that a bit odd? That why do the sins not turn up here?
Probably because of the proprietors.
It is a fairly recent addition. I'm not sure if they know it exists yet.
I prefer to keep them away from me. I like being able to come here and not worry about...
Well, not worry about people's rampant desire might get the better of them.
The entities here are mostly not even human. And I'm not even speaking of yourself or our friend here. I'm speaking of the spirits that roam through this building. Their sense of control might be far less in the presence of such an entity.
That said, we never did find out who was able to disrupt the tether. So this place has many doors, one back to London, and some power was able to break the tether back to London and repoint it to the deep spirit world. Which is not impossible, but it would require truly formidable power and skill. That I can think of. There may well be no one in the city on our side who with that power. If there are, there's very few. We still never figured out who. We dealt with the problem, but we never figured out who actually did that.
Well, let's see. I'll text my compatriots, see if they know where Desiree and Ava are lounging around at the moment.
It does also get me wonder if you have problems with those two, Desiree and Eva, and we have problems with Pride. I think I've heard talk of one other. I think a while back that I've not seen. Does that mean that the werewolves have problems with some others?
Not that I'm aware of. I haven't had much chance to interact with
the ones I've spoken to haven't mentioned it. I mean, they have some quite bad problems, but they haven't mentioned those sin spirits. And they normally seem quite up on spirits.
Anyways, I just she'll stand and look at her phone. Oh, I have an address. They seem to have nested in an abandoned mall.
And what exactly are we planning on doing when we arrive? I assume that simply leaping over and trying to stab them is a bad idea. Worked on the last thing, but I mean...
I don't know. I think that's what they want.
Then I should probably avoid doing that.
I mean, when we met Pride, he wasn't particularly hostile, was he?
That was because he was waiting for something.
That makes sense. They're not hostile because they're waiting.
They're not threats in the sense that they're not going to come in and tearing people apart with claws like the Maenads did.
To be fair, those never came inside here.
No.
I'm going to assume my character was told that because he was not present for that scene.
They didn't come inside.
Whether they would have been if we hadn't stopped them, but Okay, so we have an address. We could go and meet Pride and Envy. Not Pride, Desire and Envy. What would we do with them?
I mean, when we met Pride, he kind of raises the ring. I mean, I asked if he could take him, and he said probably.
You sounds like there's two of them.
Yes, that might reduce the odds somewhat. Plus, I don't have as much power right now as I did then.
Is there anything we could do from fire? If only we had Xavier here with us, we could send him in.
I mean, that would probably be effective. At the very least, we'd know what happens.
It's never mind when we need him.
So, sorry, I missed a bit of the conversation. Bring Xavier to do what?
Well, if we know where the sin spirits are, we could send Xavier in.
I'm not sure how that would work.
But he'd shoot them repeatedly.
I'm not sure how well that would work.
Oh, see, by the way, I actually can't really jump for that portion of the scene because I'm like about to pass out as it is. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. Well, I don't think it's. Well, if we had, is there anything we can usefully do if we have a location at this moment? What is the location? Where are they?
An abandoned mall, she said.
An abandoned mall. Oh.
Yeah, she'll give you the address.
I mean, wandering in with just one or two of us seems a little rash, especially without a clear plan. What was it you said about, not wanting the mist out of curiosity? I think this feels a little the same.
Those are very outlandish and envious, unnerving. Did you know that the Sin of Desire showed up on the day of Meghan Markle's and Prince Harry's wedding in a wedding dress, bursting out the huge flower? It was ridiculous.
So these sins, they're literally they're fueled by their sin, their emotion, but they also provoke it in others. Is that right? And they control people who display that emotion. Is this still correct?
Yes. I think you would be particularly weak to desire from
What are you implying?
You're a flirt.
I resemble that remark. But there is possible to do that just purely for fun. Doesn't necessarily mean I want you to go anywhere. Well, not every time, anyway.
You don't have to justify your actions to me.
In my experience, it tends to be more desire in other people. But then, I'm sure, just as all mages have pride, all mages have desire. They all want something. Whether it's more power, often it's more power. or more fuel, or more power, or more knowledge, or more of the world. No, pretty much it all comes down to power. And for many people. Looks deep. Oh, or desire to destroy the lie. It's your case.
That might be more wrath. Or perhaps pride. Hell, even envy's closer. But in any case, he's going to rise to his feet. It was interesting to meet you. OC, can't remember the name. In character, he would.
Capucine Perrault.
How are you spelling that?
All right.
You type in the chat.
Alright.
That works. You should visit sometime, even if I only remember a portion of this. Such an experience would probably be good for my apprentices as well someday, if they prove to be as open-minded. I do not know if they are or not, but after a month with me as their teacher, perhaps. I live in a small commune or enclave of street folk. They are good people overall. I'm doing what I can to assist them. I do not know if there are any formal rules against any of our peoples entering into any of the other territories, but at least in the territory I call my own home, I have no objections.
I don't think there's any rules against it. I mean, the code is quite clear it refers to sleepers, and that's clearly not. Indeed, I'm sure there's a very long and proud tradition of magicians dealing with the fair folk. Oh, look how well it turned out for Merlin.
And with that, I should probably be on my way. I bid you both good evening. And I gotta bounce because I am literally like halfway passing out. Sorry, guys.
Alright, night.
Night.
Oh, sleep well, Adib. Sweet dreams. Oh, I suppose that wine was a bit much for him. He had to go and sleep it off.
It is a good one.
I can believe you. It's good wine. Probably the best. As you say, might not be the best of ideas if I go wander over to meet Desiree by myself. Or maybe Desiree will be happy with me for inspiring so much desire in others. I don't know. Is that how it works?
I don't know.
So, aside from exchange of knowledge, is there anything that would benefit your people against these sins?
I mean, with the proper magics and applying them correctly, we should be fine, but
do you have your own powers?
Every single person this particular thing would take years.
Well, you have forever, don't you?
Out of character, what?
You have forever, don't you?
Forever, as in an eternity to teach these magics before the Sands backlash against us?
Oh, I see. So they're actively working towards their own ends. So that you are on the clock then.
I would assume so.
Mm. So, I mean, I can't say I know too much about it. I've heard talk that there was some very old ritual people were trying to research to bind them or otherwise get rid of them. What was it? I had someone say 10,000 years ago. As I said, I'm sure we have people who are not me working on it.
I imagine so.
Oh, you wouldn't know anything about some individuals that look like skeletons, would you?
I have not heard anything of it.
Oh, well, just a rumour I heard. Probably nothing. Probably not important. Or she probably said unrelated problem, which doesn't really directly relate. Hmm. But unlike most of your kind that I've met, you seem to certainly you knew what we were without being told. You clearly you knew words like technocracy. Clearly, you've dealt with us before.
Yes, back in Hong Kong.
Ah, you're one of those from Hong Kong. I keep running to people who say, "Oh, they're from Hong Kong." What was the fellow's name? Did you know? Eli. Not a pretty gentleman, very well dressed.
I haven't had the chance, I believe.
No. Was Xavier perhaps? I don't know if he was another one of the Hong Kong crowd. Who else have I met that's claimed to be from Hong Kong? I'm not sure. Deal. So that's why you so that's our way you've dealt with our people before. Wasn't really my people anyway, shape or form. Well, it seems you have a disadvantage. You know all about our kind, and I don't know. I know very little about yours. As I said, I met a Rue who was generally dishonest, and I met Silver who was at least, well, honest enough to admit he did it, and Theodore who seemed much more direct and properly spoken, a no nonsense sort of man.
See, I believe I'm more relaxed than the other Fey folk you have met.
Well, yeah, certainly more charming, and you're able to say enjoy a witty conversation.
Oh, that's just the job.
Oh, you only don't miss it's a job, are you? No, it's me. Think you enjoyed my company.
Sorry, I was answering a question.
one.
Uh,
Or maybe it just comes down to boys will be boys. They want to go and hit things with their big sticks and play with their big guns. Irrespective of whether they're magicians or fair folk or anything else, boys will be boys.
I guess so. We may be getting a holly.
Yeah, I'm seeing that.
That would be amazing.
That would be interesting. We don't normally have vampire crossover. If she brings a vampire in, I guess a werewolf is still sea locked.
She's joining us.
I'm not sure bringing a vampire along to deal with desire is going to be helpful.
This will be fun. So, what was your experiences with the Sin of Pride?
This was shortly after the Chantry was destroyed by a chaos or whoever he really was. We were in the area, and just around the corner there was a small park, maybe, and this Pride was there waiting for something. And I think there were some words exchanged, and then we left, and someone remotely blew him up. Not that that's a long-term solution. Can't say I was particularly involved other than being there in the crowd. There was some suspicions he might be connected, given the people who used to live in that place are particularly famous for their pride, even among mages.
That sounds mildly entertaining to witness.
So, as I said, perhaps we could arrange a date at a time, and the learned scholars from both your people and ours could sit down and put their heads together and put together what they know. I still feel like a lot of these things will just drift unless someone actually starts to organise them.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, I get the sense you have a count who presumably is in charge and tells people what to do at some of the time. Some of us aren't quite so organised.
So I had a little interaction with the sin of pride, or not pride, desire and envy. I tend to chase them out of their spots whenever we find them.
Oh, okay. So there's what? So they're not a physical danger then. You're able to just chase them away?
Most of the time, yes. Their little pet is annoying.
A pet.
He's one of ours.
Oh, I see. Oh, we've got an echo again.
He was very skilled. I believe he was skilled in marksmanship, swordsmanship.
Well, yeah, I don't quite fancy fighting. Well, a skilled warrior from one of your kind. That might end badly for everyone. It's not like I've come out dressed for combat. So
Apparently, he was involved with the Russian mafia somehow. It's a confusing situation.
All right, so Haley comes into the crossroads and looks around because this is a new place to her. And she's a blonde-haired girl, leather jacket, dress pants, heeled boots.
It was me who had the go. You keep talking, Holly.
Yeah, so like I said, she walks in and looks around because this is an entirely new place to her, and she figured if she's going to be in London, she might as well get off her butt and do something. And she will walk up to the bar and order a drink. Just kind of will carry it around.
These are they notice, so they'll give you a special drink. Discreetly, of course.
Discreetly is good. She just kind of checks the place out. It's she's never been here. being in her business, she actually is specifically looking for a possible target, maybe someone who's a tourist or people that are drinking too much. Keeping an eye on them.
From what I've been told, there's no normal people here. Most of the occupants are spirits.
Oh, goody. That kind of weirds her out.
Don't know how obvious that is if you've not got all perception, but yes. So,
Nope.
Okay, well, Sophia will look at her companion and look over and gives her a funny look. Do you know her? I'm staring to Kim's character.
Kelp, you seem will look up it. I'm not familiar with her, no.
Are you familiar with... Do you know what she is?
She looks stagnant.
Wow. I'm a little lost. Oh, well, I think it's time for me to go to the bar and get myself another. You enjoy your bottle, I'll be right back. And Sophia will wander over. Up to the bar near Ellie. Give her a look in the eye. I don't think we've met, have we?
Haley kind of raises an eyebrow.
I don't see many of your sort in here.
Well, this is my first time in here.
Well, do be careful. This can be a very strange place. A lot of very old, very powerful people around here. That keep...
Can be strange. It is.
I don't know if the bar serves your kind here. But anyway, pleasure to meet a new arrival. What was your name?
Ailey.
I'm Sophia. Pleasure. I was just having a drink,
Sophia.
making small talk
Pleasure to meet you.
with my friend over there. If you want to join us. She's of the fair folk persuasion. So,
So she actually looks a little excited about this one.
so do be careful. Remember the old stories.
My grandfather told me many.
Well, I'm sure some of them are probably true.
Hard to say, but
As I said, a pleasure to meet you for the first time, Ali. Let's go back over to the table.
yes, it's a pleasure to meet you for the first time as well, Sophia.
Here we are. So this is my friend Capucine. Am I saying that right?
Capucine Poirot.
Ah. Capucine is in the wine business. It's the bottle's one of hers.
Oh,
And
Wine.
as well as let's say her and other interests in the north of the city. But we were just discussing I don't know, ongoing mutual threats to different people, rather unsavory spirits.
interesting. Afraid I haven't been out and about much to learn much, so fill me in.
We're speaking.
I'm trying to think where best to start. I suppose it all depends on your point of reference. Looks at Capucine. So I gather that there's been some difficulties with spirits that embody the 7 deadly sins. Did you have the misfortune of a Catholic upbringing?
Well, I've heard a little about the sins, something about a mall,
No.
something of that nature collapsing. I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
Looks at Capucine. Well, we just did have a report that Desire and Eva, were their used names? Desire and Envy have been located at an abandoned mall. And I had my own encounter previously with Pride a little while back. And we were rather thinking that
Oh,
perhaps people who were of a scholarly bent could do the research on how to solve this and then put their heads together and talk to each other, which really is always rather hard to organise around here. But what's your own background? Are you familiar with spirits? You've wandered into a bar full of them, after all.
I don't have much experience with them. That's part of the reason this place is strange to me. She has a heavy Scottish accent, by the way.
Well, Capucine, you were just telling me these two have a pet with them, which you think might be dangerous.
Yeah, it was one of our fighters.
One of your people trained in combat.
Yeah.
Which rather makes me a little apprehensive about, say, excessive curiosity.
We'll be fine.
So-
Was that a promise of our safety?
Out of character, you have really bad static right now, Nathan.
Okay. Nothing. I haven't done anything different. I'm on a desktop with a hard line. I can't disconnect. It's my hangout. Is that better?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just holding it close to my mouth. It's a basic solution, but it works. Where were we? Was that a promise of our safety?
No. I mean, You should be fine, on the condition you don't act stupid.
Hmm. Well, it depends on
Truly
who's defining
guaranteed.
stupid. Well, I suppose we could go and have a look. If you, well, as you say, you've chased them off before, haven't you? So I suppose it would be quite safe if you take the lead.
Yes, usually they just roll their eyes and move on.
Right. Is that all we're looking to do then? To have a look at them and tell them to move on? It
That's what I plan on doing.
doesn't make it sound like so much of a threat, really, does it? Well, if that's what you're intending to do, I'm sure I'll be happy to tag along, if only for curiosity. As I say, it wouldn't hurt to actually see what the enemy looks like from a safe distance behind you.
So you're looking to go check out a couple sins?
Yes, I think that's what's being discussed.
That is
All
the
right.
plan.
And you said desire and what?
Envy,
And envy.
Zivit, and Eva. They use names.
I see.
But I mean,
I assure you, those are names they picked themselves.
previously when I've met Ace in it, they've not been violent. This pet bothers me more. Is there anything that we should be aware of? Anything that would be stupid to do? Yeah.
Don't make a deal with her.
Okay. Don't make deals with the spirits. Okay. Yes, we'll bear that in mind. It's always good for the fair fate to remind us not to make deals with spirits.
I will keep that in mind.
Anything else? Is it going to be a problem if someone experiences a great deal of desire? For example, I mean, if I was to feel a sudden urge to consume something like ice cream, would that be a problem?
That depends on your will.
I don't know. Are any of us here prone to strong cravings?
All a matter of what? Exactly what each individual store may envy.
Well then, I mean, time is passing. I'm sure they're not going to be there forever. If we're going to go, I suppose we should go. If we're not, we should not. But as I say, if you've chased them off before, I suppose it's relatively safe. How far away is this location?
Not a character. I don't know. We'll say not long.
Fine. Okay. Well, I might want to pop off to at least change to something a little more practical, just in case, and pick one or two things up. Perhaps we can meet you round the corner in a little while.
That sounds agreeable.
Okay. Well, I'll see you there then.
See you there.
Yes.
So Sophia's obviously, as you said, changing to something more practical, picking her gun up from home, which doesn't normally carry it, and
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess that's a scene cut to us being around the corner.
Right?
I assume, unless we get a random encounter on the way.
Glances at Sophia before they round the corner. Just don't get yourself killed.
Yeah, I guess we can swap texts and things when after I've gone off.
Mm-hmm.
There we are. Let's go that one. Right.
Right.
Okay, Kim, do you want to give us some narration of what we see?
Sorry, I thought you guys were going to talk before we met up.
We could if we wanted to. I don't know. Okay, I think we're good. Probably.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Ailey said her piece. Don't get yourself killed.
Thank you for the concern.
So, show up to a mall. There's a couple of people milling about. A lot of crows with little shiny things.
What do you
So at this
suppose?
point, sorry, what?
Oh, she was just gonna eye up the crows and say, "What do you suppose they're doing?"
Bringing gifts. Crows are very smart creatures. They, strangely enough, they understand how money works. You give something shiny in exchange for something you want.
Yes. So is it safe to assume they're here for greed? Oh wait, it was envy. Never mind. Scratch that.
What,
Just staring at it.
I suppose the crows do have a strong desire for shiny things.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, I suppose
I suppose up there they see a lot too.
So, at this point, Capucine will pop the weird. She is a little bit shorter. She's got on this glittering silver armor. It looks very light. She has a spear. And her face is actually rounder, it's softer, and it's warmer looking.
Is this your true form?
I don't know.
Oh, we all wear our own masks to hide ourselves. I'm just confused now as to which of yours is the mask and which is the real you.
Yes.
Hmm. That is a good question. I guess it kind of depends on your perspective.
What's your perspective?
Both of them are the real me.
Well, there is the odd story about the person who wears the mask all day, every day, and eventually they find there's nothing behind it.
It's a little more complicated than that.
It always is. Oh, maybe it's more like the werewolves that we've met. And they're both man and they're both wolf and they're both them. But still, perhaps we should focus on the matter at hand.
I usually just show up, tell them to leave. And they usually leave without a problem. They don't like us bugging them.
As I said, they don't sound such a big threat when you play it like that.
It's true.
Right, just to be clear, when you say they don't like us bugging them, do you mean they don't like anyone from your people judging them, bugging them, or is it you as an individual?
I mean, it's probably me.
Right.
But they don't like people who oppose them bugging you.
Well,
Or bugging them.
most people don't like people who oppose them bugging them, but okay. So it's not just fine. It's okay. And as you said, your relationship to the county is completely irrelevant. Right. Well,
Shall we move on?
by all means.
Lead the way.
So, step into the building. And while it kind of looks run down on the outside, it is very nice on the inside. There's silks hanging from every wall, top to bottom. Everything's luxurious. It's comfortable. Each room's a different color scheme.
Well, someone's clearly settled in.
Very much so.
There's one room with
Look at
reds
some
and
of this
gold. And a pearl white and silver for one room. I'm not sure where she's at. Just keep an eye out. So, eventually you guys wander through rooms with physical objects, treasures, starting to pile up. Oh, she's around here somewhere. We're getting closer. So lots of shiny, valuable rocks, mostly. But, you guys find there's our lounging and you know those 1920s lounge chairs that's made for lounging?
Yes.
Giant red velvet thing of that.
Mm.
An empty 20s lounge chair.
Yeah, kind of like super luxurious, over dramatic.
Ailey kind of runs a finger over the armrest of the lounge chair. Fancy.
The desire is sitting in it or lounging in it.
That's why I asked if it was empty.
Mm.
I thought you said, is it a 1920s lounge chair? My computer is not the greatest.
She isn't going to run her finger over it if it isn't empty.
Yeah, the lounge chair is occupied by Desiree. There is a dude texting on a phone. Very attractive, like appearance 5. Like 8-pack, super muscular. Just kind of ignoring you guys. With a pink tattoo on one of his hands. And Imby, you know those rolling ottomans?
Mm-hmm.
Just the round ones? She's just kind of rolling around, sitting on that.
Have they taken notice of our presence in this space?
Desire has. She's staring at us. So, Capucine will say, shall we go through the motions today, or are you just going to make my life easy? And then Desire is like, I'm always willing to do what you desire. Capucine just rolls her eyes. Are you guys gonna interact, or?
I don't know. Don't we have a social script for what do you say to a sin? Okay. Okay, so I've got my spirit sight up. Obviously, I guess they're spirits, and I guess the other fellow is a showing up on my all perceptions of fairy. Can I? I'm trying to even get some indication of their magnitude, their power level. Like their spirit. Are they Celestines? Are they what rank of spirit are they?
That would be a tiger question.
Okay, fine. We'll do that later. Fine. Okay. I guess they're quite powerful. Probably not.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay. Right.
They are not ones to fuck with.
Probably. Okay. I mean, I could open up on them with spit magic, but that seems rash.
Desire does take notice of you, Sophia.
Okay. A spirit to notice the spirit mage. No, not her. What? So, what do you want, Desire?
I simply wish to fulfill others' desires, and she'll lean over and stroke this half-naked dude texting across the face. And it's just like, he got what he wanted, and I got his soul.
Right. So you're in the soul gathering business.
I mean, that's what we're all here for, right?
Is it? Not everyone in the world, I'm sure.
Right.
Well, at least he seems happy about the arrangement.
He does a gesture.
Hmm.
Okay, with my spirit sight and or animal perception, and prime sight, can I see an active link between the two of them? Yeah, is he under an enchantment actively?
Yes. You see that bright pink tattoo on his hand?
Yeah.
It says Desiree's bitch, and it is connected to Desire.
Okay. Right. Theoretically, you could try and unweave it, but that would take time.
So, like,
Was
while you guys are talking to the Desire, like, Capucine is taking her spear and pushing the ottoman that Envy is sitting on towards the door. Envy just seems content to ride around on her ottoman.
Capucine,
With-
did you know this fellow before? Was he a friend of yours?
He'll look. She'll look to the dude and say, I haven't met him personally, but he is well known for his abilities in combat. I think Desire keeps him around for his pretty face.
Haley is kind of watching everybody's back here. She doesn't know what they did or didn't walk into, but she knows she can sometimes be an ass when she speaks, so she's not even going to say anything just yet.
So yeah, once Capucine says, I think Desire keeps him around for his pretty face. You see Envy reach up and touch Capucine's arm. And she says in a quiet and timid voice, is that who you want? And you know how cats look with their hair standing on end?
Mm-hmm.
That is the idea you get from Capucine. She just kind of jerks her arm away. Don't talk to me. I ain't talking to you. I got Tiger.
It is.
Players now outnumbered. Do you want a full token of where we are?
Yes, we are talking to Desire and Envy and Desiree's bitch, which I cannot remember his name for the life of me.
Zara?
Zoran.
Alright. Where at?
An abandoned mall in the northern borough.
Okay.
Okay, actually, Tiger, while you're there, I've got spirit sight and all perception up and prime sight. Can I get an indication of what magnitude of power these spirits are?
Yes.
I'm guessing Incarna.
Yeah, that'd probably be a pretty good understanding of it. They are incredibly strong.
Yeah, they're below Celestine, but they're the next step down. Okay.
Yeah,
Right. Okay.
sounds right.
And I'm assuming they've, from what I can see, they've got they're physically manifesting in bodies here, are they?
Yes.
Right.
Hey. Sorry, my dog is having a fit.
He is old and itchy, and he doesn't like being itchy.
Yeah.
It's a whole
Don't
lot
blame
to say
him.
about Tiger.
What's that?
Right. Okay. So Capuchin is trying to is gradually pushed away, and they're just like lounging around. Okay. I can't think of anything else to do.
Desire is lounging on like a 1920s velvet ottoman thing looking. No,
Okay.
Envy's on the ottoman. Desire's on the lounge chair. Zoran is sitting in front of the lounge chair without a shirt, texting people. And Envy is being pushed around on one of the, you know that rolly ottoman that's in the living room?
Yeah.
She's sitting on one of those, and Capucine is trying to push her around and push her out the door.
Okay, Tiger, can I do a spirit lore roll to see if I know anything vaguely relevant?
I'd allow it.
Because
So we'll say difficulty 8 because
I
they're
failed. Ooh.
okay.
Oh well, never mind. No, don't know anything. Right. Let's try.
And those are some spirits.
Yeah.
All spirity.
I actually got learned the spirit one that one know anyway, but no. Right. Anything else? So how does this normally go down? You just tell them to go away?
Typically.
Because as I said, they don't seem like so much of a threat. Can you not just leave them here? I mean, they're not doing anyone any harm here, are they?
We tried that once.
And do you feel the need to try to rescue your poor, well, you're not your friend here, but your poor kin here?
Joel look over to Zoran. He made his own decision.
Oh, okay. Well, if that's how you kind of see it. Good to know that's how things work.
I'm gonna go ahead and intro if everyone's down.
Yeah.
So fairly it looks pretty well built. Somewhat tall. Haircut, or he looks like your general thug pretty much. Like he's just got a t-shirt, a pair of jeans on, wearing a red cap. Do you wonder what kit he is? Kind of with a scowl, flanked by one man a little smaller, wearing a Hawaiian shirt and very tight black leather pants, and the other wearing not quite combat gear, but about the closest you can get without inciting mass panic, who seems to be a bit larger than him and a bit more well built. They'll just kind of enter the area, kind of looking around, seeing what's going on.
Ah, good, you're here. And so she takes this spear that she was holding it, stabbing it into the ottoman, and he's like, no! And pushes the pole towards the other two.
So,
And he's just really sad on the chair. It's just like, I really liked it, and you went and ruined it.
I didn't ruin anything. I was just here.
Oh, she's talking to Capucine, and Capucine is clearly ignoring her.
Oh, hey, how are you? Okay, what's happening exactly? Who are these two? Who's that asshole? He'll point at Zarin.
You'll see Zorn is a she. Clearly.
Yeah, like I said, that asshole.
So, that is Imbi, she says, pointing to the person on the rolling ottoman. This is Desire, she says, pointing at the person on the lounge chair. And that asshole is Zoran, who sold his soul to Desire.
Oh.
Do you mean that literally or metaphorically?
Literal.
Right. It's always good to
Just
check.
shakes her head.
Does that make him free game?
She'll just look at you. He is one of the most skilled combatants I have ever seen.
That's
If
not
you
what
wish to take the chance.
I'm feeling mighty hungry. I'll have you know.
You catch Desire's eye this time. And what would you like to eat?
Don't fucking worry about it. I make my own meals. So, why ain't we fighting? Or are we just standing here trying to work out a deal or something? I don't know.
I think we're most definitely not to work out a deal with them.
That's good.
Oh,
I think we're
Yeah.
politely telling them to go away and they're not resisting.
okay.
They can do both.
I think the problem here is that they're not going to start any physical resistance, and I think therefore we're feeling very rude to start physical resistance.
Just gotta bide our time, Zoran. Joel brush his hair.
I mean, hypothetically, if we were to get him away from them and somewhere safe, we could try and free him from whatever they've done.
Or, and this is gonna sound weird, so you're gonna have to bide with me for a minute. I could kill him.
That is also a thing that could be done, yeah.
Zoran's response to that is, you can try. I have a sin on my side. Do not forget.
Yes, but you're forgetting. He points at Tiger. He wants to win. He desires to win.
Also, I fight dirty. And your honor-boundedness. Well,
You assume I'm honor bound.
You were definitely bound.
That's fair. I
Definitely.
guess if you were honor bound, you wouldn't have left your post. Huh.
So is this as so many
Darn.
patients? Is this going to come down to the two boys who want to go and play with their big sticks?
Zoran is actually looking at Sleazy Dave. Did you steal my pants?
Zoran looks over at Sleazy Dave. Did he?
They're wearing the same pants.
Sleazy Dave, did you steal the she's pants?
Sleazy Dave's just gonna. I mean, they look good on him. So, I thought I'd give him a spin.
Where did you even find them?
So, Zoran's just like, at the WTF look on his face. And he's like, oh, they were just. He was in the shower. And I took them while he was in the shower.
You know, habit of taking people's clothes while they're showering.
Ugh, guys, why are you making me play this character? Yeah. I like all body types. I mean, look at this Polaroid, and he pulls out a Polaroid of Zoran in the shower, and it's just like, dude!
Oh dear.
He says he likes all body types, and Haley just kind of buttons her coat all the way up.
That's what they say about fairies.
So Desiree is looking at a.
And
Desiree's looking at a Swallow's hole. Is this what you want? And she runs a fingernail across Zoran's chest and cuts it open. Zoran doesn't even flinch. She's just like, come on, these are nice pants. I got blood all over them. He doesn't even seem bothered by the fact that he just had his chest cut open.
I mean, I want him to be dead and possibly eaten.
I have not spent any, so
I'm gonna say no, because you're probably not quite full, because yeah, you get -1 for waking up, scene, but still.
right. I should ask him. Make no assumptions.
Right, for sure.
Yep, other than the waking up, I should be good.
Lizard holds out her hand towards what's his Swallow's hope. It says, "Just take my hand and I'll give you all that you desire."
Nah, I don't need your help. I got my boys. That's all I need.
She'll shrug, lay back, wipe her hand across Zoran's chest, and the wound disappears. Alright, Zoran, I'm bored with these people. Take me away. Kind of just rolls his eyes, picks up the couch with one arm while he's still texting.
So what you're saying is he's distracted.
Unencumbered.
And income. Right? I'll grab my book real quick.
Alright.
So I got some fairy magic shit. But don't worry, because I'm not gonna unleash, because that'd be fucking stupid. I would like to attempt to ensnare him with Ledger Domain 1.
Go for it. I just gotta pull up the book.
For bonds, like, sorry. I'm going to mirror exactly what he's doing and then pretend to, like, lasso him.
Well, okay then. -3. Sorry, I'm still trying to find the book on my computer.
Can I spend the willpower?
It is something that you can spend willpower on. I don't have it.
I got the measurements. I can tell them for you.
Okay. I had a digital copy of D20 on my computer and it's gone now.
So with the willpower, I got 4 successes.
So he needs 4 successes to break out of the ensnarement?
No. The realm determines the target to be slowed or stopped, and snare causes the target to have half their normal speed and inflicts a +3 difficulty to all physical actions for the duration of the cantrip. The number of successes determines the number of turns the target remains hindered. So he will be slowed/stopped for 4 turns.
Alright. So, of course, roll initiative, but this is the free speak before the round starts. He's like, seriously, dude? Can't. Just like 10 minutes apiece. Your weirdo friend.
In response, I will just yell, "Get him!"
Well, whenever you shout that, you hear Sleazy Dave clicking. She's like, okay.
In a not creepy way.
So, initiative, huh?
Alright.
So what's happening?
Rolling initiative.
Okay. So,
My apologies, guys. I tend to start shit real quick.
hey, I know how it goes.
Ollie's played with me before.
Yep. I mean, I sometimes do it too. Just depends on the character.
You got a 16.
Who's Zara?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, flip.
Did he get ahead of you guys?
I'm sitting at 13.
I got 11.
Are you gonna roll for Sleazy Dave and Jackal, or do I need to?
I'll go ahead and let you.
Suppose I'm glad I have the vampire book open because
Sent you a message, Tiger.
Okay, do you want me to do this real quick?
Yeah.
Okay. Sleazy Dave's going at a 9. And okay. Is also going at a 9.
Well, you know who has the higher initiative.
Yeah.
So, Zoran kind of rolls his eyes. He would take the round to put Desire down gently.
What's up?
He spent the round putting Desire down.
Okay.
So after that, it is Swallow's Hole.
So I will invoke the weird.
Alright.
What do we see?
I gotta roll to make sure I can really do it first. So, but I will let you know as soon as I see. What is the ambient banality?
It's pretty low.
Is it lower or higher than 3?
I'll say about 5.
Okay. So I gotta roll my glamour. Spend glamour willpower, of course. Let's see. One success, which is just enough. So what you will see, yeah, their flaws is a little rough.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly on other people, but that's not important right now. So Swallow's Hole, like a very nasty looking gray mottled skin, sharp teeth, wearing like this kind of it looks kind of similar to like a prison jumpsuit, but a little different. And he's wearing like that red cap as well, but it seems to be kind of dripping with a dark red substance that you can make your own guesses as to what it is.
I think Holly's character knows.
And yeah, I think that's all that I can do, because I don't think it's a free action.
It is not a free action. So after that is Ali.
Haley?
Yeah.
I think it parts on 3 minutes.
Okay. So, who's gone after who now? Sorry, I was trying to figure out my details on that flaw there, because it will come to play. Fight
Swallow
things to make attacks.
did magic on Zoran.
Okay. So there's 1, 2, 3 enemies here so far.
Capucine is actually pushing Envy out the door when this was happening.
I really don't like the sleazy Dave guy for stealing pants. That's just kind of weird. Oh, he rolled in with you? Okay. Then I guess he's not one of the bad guys. See, that's where I'm having some confusion here.
Rare caps like to toe the line. This
Right.
is-
Well, I will nail the closest enemy that I can snag with my go in for a bite here.
That
Being
would
as
be Zoran.
okay.
Do you have to grapple before you bite?
But what?
Well, normally vampire, you grapple, then you bite. Or is it combat bite? I don't know. That's an SD. So.
Yeah, typically you do, but it shouldn't be terribly difficult to get it off given that he's ensnared, which gives him
Oh.
like the plus 3.
Fair enough.
Right. So, you want me to do that first, grapple, then bite, or can I just go in for a bite? Whatever's up to you.
He's already spent his turn doing something, so.
Okay.
Get you now.
So, sprawl. Oh god, this is gonna be epic. Let's see. Sprawl. And I think I need to get. So, it's difficult. I'm really not made for combat. Nobody laugh at me.
That's why I brought Jackal. He's made for combat.
Wait, if I recall, is it standard? I just have to get more successes with that flaw, so.
You could probably pull up the vampire book. It might be a good idea.
I have it up, but let's do that. Combat maneuvers.
Is that your dragon onesie?
No. I'm in my sleepy t-shirt.
Fight. Boom, boom, boom. Difficulty is normal. So hey. I assume he is not trying to escape.
Nah.
Alright, well. Wow. Prepare for my really epic damage roll here.
Have you got potence?
I do!
Yeah. Well, remember potence, remember we can spend the blood to make them automatic successes.
Yeah. Also, per book, fights to get an accuracy of +1, which is another die to hit.
Oh, so I should roll one more die then. Roll that other die.
Hell yeah.
I'm not used to playing with potence. I never use it.
Potence is so good, though.
Yeah.
That's an auto to hit or damage.
For damage.
Okay, so yeah, that extra die didn't do me any good anyway.
Okay.
So
You pay one
So
blood to
the-
make them auto damage.
right.
Everybody needs more potence in their life.
So it just gave me a whopping one more die to my damage. That's what it did. Oh boy. That's right, ones don't cancel out damage. So I have 2 successes. Or no, wait. 1. 1.
Well, how about plus your auto successes from your potence?
Oh, yes. So 2.
Alright. So you did 2 damage?
Yes.
He doesn't even flinch.
That is aggravating. Unless Dull Bite messes that up. Oh no? Okay, he's not flinching the ag. That's worrying.
I think it'll still deal the damage, he just wouldn't necessarily feel it, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And Tiger, is it ag or lethal?
Vampire bites are ag.
Yep. Jumpy, jumpy.
So yeah, he out of character, he did see Desire cut his chest open, and he didn't even react to that either.
That's okay.
Also, you're now enchanted, if I remember
Goody.
correctly.
If you're drinking blood, yeah. But you could be doing a combat bite rather than a drinking bite.
Right.
Guys, you're sort of ripping rather than sucking.
Yep. I mean, either way, I suspect there's contact with blood in the mouth. Being as I literally have to rip. Either way.
Yeah, but you need to consume a whole blood to be enchanted, not just a bit.
Tiger,
What's up?
would Holly's character be enchanted from this? Because I know if
If you actually drink,
fairy blood is consumed, that people are enchanted.
I think that's right. Let me double check.
that sounds right. The question,
I think vampires also get high off of fairy blood, if I recall.
It's like it's either you get crazy fucking high, or you're enchanted, or they might be the same thing, and that's just how they.
Yes, I think you're right. I think it's really the same thing. If vampires think they get high, really they get enchanted, but they don't understand the concept.
Right.
But that's if they actually drink a blood point, not if they just do a combat bite.
Right, yeah, for sure. If you're like ingesting blood from him, then yes. But other than that,
I'm just aiming to cause some damage here.
yeah, you should be okay then.
However, it does taste delicious. You might need to make a willpower check to not just...
Good. That's fair.
Like what little bit tiny drops you got is amazing. You want more. So
That's fair. Okay, willpower.
Self-control.
Yes.
Vampires.
Self-control.
Oh.
Vampires have stats for that.
Well then, okay.
You know,
Standard diff?
yeah, you're feeling a lot of desire for that blood. Oh.
Yeah, unless Ken says otherwise, I'm gonna say it's standard.
Wish me luck. I have a whopping 2 days for this.
You got this.
Ooh.
One success.
Oh, thank goodness.
Fairy. You gotta be careful with this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Trying to find the actual like page number for it.
So after that is Jackal, then Sleazy Dave.
Okay. I mean, I just told them to get them. So,
Sleazy Dave's just like, you guys got this, and is holding his action.
okay.
Jackal will stab.
Yeah, you probably get huge bonuses if he's already grappled and ensnared.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
He's using willpower.
He really wants him to get stayed.
That's 8 successes with the willpower. Well then, Jackal just stabs this dude right in the heart, and he just falls over.
Oh,
He dealt 8 lethal.
He's not sniper, so okay.
did Zaron invoke the weird?
He did not.
Okay, then yeah, no, he's pretty much. Yeah.
Okay, looking at his aura, is he dead, or is he dying, or
Actively dying would be an accurate term.
okay? Quick,
He's
race.
got 2 egg and 8 lethal.
Okay. Well, he's way beyond his health levels. He's just dead then. But yeah, okay, that's not. He's got no soak. That's it. Okay. Oh well, that was quick. Good. Right. What are the spirits doing?
Oh, Desiree's just looking as they're on the ground.
Oh my.
She looks up to Amy. Should I eat his soul or should I bring him back? Amy kind of just pokes her head around the corner, walking around. She snaps her fingers, the body disappears. Oh well, now I have to actually walk places. Oh, you guys are so annoying.
Yeah, well, you stole my snack.
You can always have it back. She holds out her hand.
No way, get fuck off. No way, get fuck off. He's gonna like make the motion to Sleazy Dave and Jackal to join his chant.
Which, of course, Sleazy Dave started joining before you even motioned for him to join the chant.
Is that it?
Yeah, Desire and Nimby just kind of walk off.
Is this how it normally goes down here? You don't actually, you just tell them to move along.
I mean, they seem to be moving along on their own.
Well, yes. It's not really a permanent solution, is it?
Nah. To be honest, I'm not that bright. I don't know what to do with this situation.
Mm.
Sleazy's just like, man, these people ain't ones to fuck with.
Mm. I'm going to photograph them on my phone.
Desire and Nimby,
Well, yes.
they pose for you.
Okay, excellent.
Like, you take a picture of their back, and the photo on your phone is a gorgeous pose.
Splendid. Thank you. Well, I guess that concludes the day. Until next time. Thank you for turning up, gentlemen.
Yeah, no problem. We'll look down. Should probably introduce myself, huh?
Oh, please do.
Alright. I'm not Sleazy Dave, that's Sleazy Dave, and he'll point at the guy in the plain shirt. I'm Swallow's Hole, and this is Jack.
Beg pardon? Your soul?
Swallow's Hole.
Swallow's hole.
Yeah. And that's Jackal.
Looks like she's cognating the name for a moment. Was this a did your mother give you this name?
Nah, it's just the role I fit.
Right.
You're getting staticky again, Nathan.
Sorry, just to clarify, Tiger, did you invoke the weird?
Yes, I
Yeah.
did.
So I can see what does he look like?
He's got like very gray mottled skin,
Right.
very sharp teeth, deep bags under his eyes,
Okay.
pretty yellowish eyes at that. He looks like he's wearing kind of similar to a prison jumpsuit, but like
Okay.
torn
got it.
here
Okay.
and there.
Oh,
And then
right.
a red cap that seems to be dripping something. That's red and viscous.
Oh.
Also,
Really?
you remember the Joker cut in the Batman movies? His mouth is like that, except the
Okay.
cut part is still
Okay.
apart.
I
Hot.
right. Well, that was very quickly dispatched there.
Yeah.
Ali, wasn't it? Are you okay down there?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, perhaps we should relocate to some more hospitable surroundings. We were in the crossroads before we heard this was happening.
Right. She always that gives a shit attitude.
Well, I guess
Annoying, not you. Sire, she always that annoying.
Capucine comes through the door looking for me. Yeah, pretty much.
Got it.
So, can I get your guys' names since I've introduced my whole crew? Well, not my whole crew, but these guys.
My name's Ailey.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you as well. She's kind of like eyeing the flopping lip, as it were.
The what?
The flopping lip, for lack of better wording.
Oh, yeah.
Just a little wider so he can eat stuff easier.
Well, I suppose it's all turned out well in the end, apart from that poor fella they enslaved.
Yeah, he's an asshole anyway.
Oh, you knew him then before?
No, but he's one of the noble types, and they're always assholes. No offense, don't look at Capucine.
She looks like she's trying to parse what this. Oh, okay. Well, I suppose you're not the first person I've met who's had that kind of outlook on life.
Calls them how I see them. I've seen a lot of them being assholes.
Well, I suppose that was the time the Count started flaunting his powers in the crossroads. That was quite rude.
Out of character. It's the same power that Swallowtail is using now.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's bounced off my mind shield then. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, but that's not the point. He did it in the crossroads.
Yeah, I'm doing it for, like, I didn't just do it at random in the crossroads. I did it in a combat situation.
That's obviously.
Right.
Um.
Oh. Well, that made for a more exciting night than I was planning for.
Yes. Well done for getting stuck in there. Looks at the I guess the attractive woman who asked the. Yeah. I didn't realize biting was such a standard brawling tactic around here.
I mean, if it works.
Well, I mean, it's not like I had time to whip another weapon out of my ass. She kind of runs her tongue over the edges of her fangs, and these work.
Also, I gotta PM Tiger real quick, so excuse me.
Okay. Well, I'm also again. I also need to go to bed because time.
Isn't it almost like in the morning for you?
It's like Well, I had a nap earlier, but yeah, he's almost 6 in the morning.
You work today?
Oh.
Yes, I have work in a few hours, but I have slept a few hours already.
Okay.
So it's not as bad as it looks. It's still pretty bad, but it's not as bad as it looks. But well, that's another 2 sins of Agnes I've met, even if we didn't actually tackle them. It does make me wonder if people who are overacting is really such the threat they are. But as I was just saying to Capuchin earlier, hopefully our smart people who are doing the research can put their heads together on both sides and come up with a solution. a more permanent solution.
Yes.
Hopefully.
A more permanent
if that-
solution sounds good.
And if
Uh,
that solution involves
I know
eating something,
I know we have people who are not me working on it. I'm told there are people on your side working on it.
yeah, probably. They don't tell me much. They just kind of point me at things.
Right.
So I am okay to end the scene there if everybody else is.
Yeah, well, pleasure to meet you all. And well, perhaps I'll see you around, Ali.
Yes, pleasure to meet you.
Alright, thank you players for playing. Thank you watch for watching. This has been another edition of London Poking at the Sands.